tuned for sports.
Keeping Score with Jess and Dean.
It is Sunday, October 19th. Hello.
How are you?
Are you all ready for dissing me for a week, you son of a gun?
Well, obviously, people know when we do this show because obviously we're doing it here October 19th. I'm here, but I'm not here, sort of thing. So
People have been saying that for years.
all right, because I got a game in Arizona in a few hours, and I'm here right now. So you do the math on that one, but it's all good.
Congratulations. I hope you won. I hope you win.
Actually, the Sunday game out in Arizona, I saw the schedule. I think it's a 6 o'clock game. So obviously, I know there's a 2-hour time difference, I believe.
Yep.
So actually, I can find a way. Frank's got like YouTube on his phone. He's going to try to, I don't know. But we're going to be able, bottom line is we're going to be able to see the Pats.
Okay, good. They're going to be streaming it.
Today.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're streaming.
You're streaming, all right.
Like Will Ferrell in old school was streaking. He was streaking. We're streaming.
The quad.
Yeah, the quad. Oh, hi, honey. Hey, honey, KFC open. Love that movie.
That movie is actually one of
Classic.
that. I could watch that at any time. That and The Hangovers.
Yeah.
Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, it's that little clique of movies with the same guys. But when he's trying to be the good husband, when he gets to the party at the fraternity, the fake
Frank the
fraternity,
Tank.
Frank the Tank. I mean, your nickname tells it all. But when he's trying not to drink,
Oh my God.
well, I can't tonight. I got a big day tomorrow. But it's just
Bed
a
Bath and Beyond.
normal Saturday. You know, we're gonna go to bed back. He goes, I don't know, Home Depot. I don't know if we're gonna have time.
I don't know if we're going to have enough
I don't know if we're gonna have enough time.
And then one
And
more.
next, you know, he's like, it just feels so good on
It
your
hits your
tongue. when it
lips.
hits you.
Anyway, so this is Keeping Score with Jess and Dean. It's actually a sports show. Patriots pregame is after us.
Yes.
It sounds like we've already been pregaming, but we haven't. We're excited about the game today. But other than that, how was your week? Anything that I need to know about besides you packing?
Yeah.
And I'm imagining you were not responsible for the tickets. You have like your license and everything and that's pretty much it.
Just show up. So I'm getting picked up at the, you get picked up at the house at like 6 a.m. on,
People really love you. Like
and then
they'll
they
just
get
do
me
anything
to the next
be
house,
sure.
and then obviously my friend's significant other is taking us to Logan.
Okay.
So it's out of Logan, and it's a 6-hour
If you can see his
flight.
face on YouTube, everybody, he's nervous.
It's a tough
It's
one.
Massachusetts.
But I actually have to do nothing other than what does this cost? Here's the money for this. Here's just stop, ripping off C notes. I don't care. It's a good thing.
All right, well, good.
It's fun. Yeah.
It'll be fun. And you
I'll
call
miss
the
you.
couch.
I
I'll
will miss you.
I know. It's going to be sad.
Yeah.
Well, it's all right. We'll have 1 week.
Maybe
People
we
need a
needed
break.
it. We
People need a
needed it.
break.
And of
It's all
course, obviously, you're going to plug something in, but you'll still have the sponsors rocking for next week, whatever you decide to do for a show. Sort of a, maybe a little bit of a surprise. It's your call on that one.
Yeah,
but,
we could do a best of show. It'd be like 2 minutes.
what?
Try and pull a best of clip. Oh no, we don't have any. Sorry to tell you. So obviously we have more sports to talk about this week because obviously NFL, MLB, Dodgers. I mean, let's just call it quits right there. Bruins are back in action. NBA preseason is over. Boston Celtics, first game of the season next Wednesday, and Jaylen Brown's already hurt. So we have more things to cover this week if you want to get right into it.
Did Missoula already play a game against
Yeah,
like the media, and they
media.
torched them by like 60? I think I don't understand it. Don't you like divvy it up and mix the teams?
No.
I don't know what's going on with Johnson Zone. I mean, I love him, but I mean, I don't
It was very
know.
interesting.
It's odd.
Like he's like, we're gonna play you guys, and they're just like, okay, like
He's
why?
answered a couple of questions. There's been some.
Yeah.
Listen,
He's getting really deep.
I
I
hung
guess.
out with him in Washington, but this is a little bit.
I don't think you should
know.
hang out with him anymore. I think you gotta give. I think he needs to sit down. He needs to be on the bench for a little bit because I don't know
Ouch.
where he is going. But
Ouch.
either way, we'll cover all that and let's kick it off.
And a play fake by May. Sets up, plants. He throws a deep ball. Wide open pop Douglas at the 14. Catch left side of the 10. Cuts right to the 5. To the end zone. Touchdown. Patriots.
What a throw by May.
May drops back. Slides up. Fires toward the end zone. Pass is going to be caught. Kayshon Boutte. What a throw. What a grab.
He's got it. I mean, he threads this thing to the needle. What a throw.
May stands in, throws it near side. Boutte, catch made at the 3, shoved into the end zone. A flag on the play, and it's a touchdown. May a twist up front. He stands in, he throws the left back, shoulder caught by Boutte. What a throw!
That's a big-time throw, boys. Start the buses, pack the bags. You got a 4-2 football team heading home, baby.
So big win for the Patriots last week. We don't want to see that officiating crew ever again. But I was a little concerned about the Saints game, and it was close in the beginning, but obviously the better team prevailed.
Yeah, but don't tell me you didn't feel even in the fourth quarter. I mean, I'm not saying I doubted this team because I'm starting to believe in this Patriot team.
Yeah.
But don't tell me at 25-19 you didn't feel like touchdown, the extra point, and we end up with a heartbreaker here. This had Heartbreak Hotel written all over it. You didn't feel like that, but it was on the table at that point, especially when you felt like you were playing the Saints and you were playing the officials. I mean,
Wow.
Probably the worst officiating game I've ever seen. And I've been with you for 3 years. You've never heard me say, I hate the people at the bar. It's fixed. It's a conspiracy thing. I'm not that guy.
Of
but
course not.
this one was bad.
60 yards.
Especially when Pop takes it to the house for a second time and they're already celebrating, kick the extra point. They're celebrating on the sidelines. Never saw a flag. Adam Archuleta, the color guy for the game, says he still never saw the flag, but yet the points were taken away. You see the replay of Diggs just trying to battle with some guy near the sideline, not even near the play.
Right.
And he gets called for something. I don't know, holding. I don't get it.
We don't like you.
That was the worst, Jess. I just felt it was an uphill battle all day with those types of calls. And then you saw the play later in the game when Diggs went down the sidelines and made a terrific catch. He did push off on that. Yeah, but he pushed off. He still caught the ball. Amazing. And then the next play, it's 3rd and 27. I'm like, I told my brother, they're just going to clean it out, maybe a little screen, and they'll punt it. They go down the sideline again. You've got the officials standing on top of the play, and you see the defender, the cornerback, with his arm on, his arm is on Mac Hollins' left arm. I don't think you can catch it one-handed down the sideline. So just everything seemed to be going against the Patriots. And, obviously the Pats overcame it. And, you saw Drake May earlier late in the first half. I didn't think they should have went for 2 there, but they did. That one, they didn't get it initially. And then the replay said that they did. I don't know how you even see all that in the scrum there, but he definitely, they got that one right. And then, of course, you saw the fumble, which my brother said they're gonna overturn this one. I said, no, they're not. There's another thing, by the way. If they can't tell because of that the ball was a fumble because of the color of the pants, don't wear black pants with a brown football.
Listen,
I couldn't tell either.
Maybe we change the football to a different color. Make it like
but you know what I'm saying?
Something.
Like, I mean, there's just so many things going on. I thought we were gonna get hosed on that one also, but the Pats got that one. They didn't turn that one into points. I just trying to remember a few plays. The worst play of the game was I thought McDaniels, who's done a great job, offensive coordinator, calling the plays. I thought that play, in the second quarter when it was 3rd and 7, he ran a run play. I think he ran a draw, and then on 4th and 7, they went for it, and Bradbury botched the snap, and Drake had a pounce on it. They turned it over on downs.
Yep.
That's when you started to get a little worried. I think that did translate into points for New Orleans. But I do want to say I thought the Pats made Spencer Rattler look a little better than he really is. But I'm going to declare that's a decent 1-5
It really
team
is. They still have a lot of weapons.
There's a lot of fight there. You talk about Olavi all the time. I'm still correct that he is on the trading block because he wants another contract, a new contract. But he was a weapon for the Saints. But I thought the Pats did a nice job letting Kamara get some catches, but containing him. He never broke.
Yeah, he's going to get it no matter what.
He never broke the big play. And you're starting to see with this Patriot defense after the Duggar play early in the game where he gave up like a 50-yard play, played pretty well after that. You're seeing a bend, don't break type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's only nice if you can score touchdowns. Because if you can hold teams to 3 and you're scoring 6, then you're probably going to win some football games. And it looks like the Pats have an offense. And it seemed to be the Kayshon Boutte day because Pop lost the touchdown, which went to Boutte. So Boutte had the 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
And, of course, he went to LSU right in his hometown there. So that was a homecoming for him. So a lot of things to like about this game other than the fact I saw too many negative plays on offense from the running game.
Yeah.
The Pats look like they can pass block, but haven't been able to establish the running game. And that's a little concerning going forward when you play good teams.
So what do we do about that? Do we get someone else? Do we play somebody more? No,
like I said, so far they've all stood up. Don't forget, on left tackle, left guard, you got 2 rookies, and Campbell's been very good. Yeah. Wilson's been decent. Bradbury's been good.
I can't stop looking at his shoulders because he doesn't have any.
Yeah,
he really doesn't.
No, I mean, listen, we talk about arms and shoulders and all that. Listen, number 4 pick in the draft, they've stood up pretty well. I think you got to keep pounding the pigskin. Gibson's not coming back. Problem, and my question to you, I wanted to ask you is, because this is what I'm noticing now with Stevenson, is that he looks to me like a guy that, he's so conscious of not fumbling the ball. Yeah. He's not running with conviction now. So like now what do you do there? Because you know me in preseason, I was the Travion Henderson guy. I'm like, that's the guy. So I mean, if he's not getting more reps, maybe he's not ready. You would figure there's a spot there for him to step up and take some carries away from Stevenson. But the two of them, they're gonna have to figure it out because they're gonna have to run the ball to win football games against better teams.
Maybe they just have to warm up. Maybe we got to give them the ball 10 to 15 times and they drop it twice. And then they'll end up getting a couple touchdowns.
Get the kinks out early?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're down 14.
I do feel like this team does gets a little nervous in the beginning, and then obviously everything evens out once they're in the. I guess that's in any sport, really. Like when you first start the game, you have the nerves, the jitters. But I need them. I definitely need them to win against Tennessee this week. Is there anything else you want to talk about besides the fact that they're number one in the division?
Yeah, to put a bow on that game. I mean, obviously, another thing that I think we covered it all. Robert Spillane had 11 tackles on defense. He played great. I thought they stepped up when they needed to make big plays.
He sounds like a character in Die Hard.
No, he's terrific. I loved him coming over from the Raiders. A real hustler who's a guy that's always going to fight for a job, even though he's got that security now with a nice little contract. And obviously, the Pats dodged a huge bullet when Harold Landry got hurt early in the game. They thought his leg. The announcers did not like the look of that. He went into the tent, came back out. So I think they're very fortunate that Harold Landry's okay. And like I said, other than some nagging injuries, Jalen Hawkins didn't play in that game. They got to get the safety back because you need all the everything going. Marcus Jones is playing well on defense, and that was just a good win. And then, like I said, I'm proud of this football team to be at 4-2. Obviously, same record as Buffalo. But obviously, the tiebreaker right now goes to the Patriots. So as we sit here and do keep and score Sunday morning at 9:00, you got to feel good about this football team.
And we haven't felt this good in how many years? 3, 4?
Nah, it's been a long time. I said, take the win game out against Max rookie year. But
we never liked him.
Yeah, so that's 4 years ago. I mean, this has been a long journey, and I feel like there's some good football ahead for this team, and the schedule's very favorable.
Well, right. So let's get into today's game. They're playing Tennessee at Tennessee. The Patriots are giving them 7. And I understand that Tennessee is one of the worst teams besides the Jets. It's Tennessee and the Jets, right? I don't know why I'm a little nervous. I know that they're not going to take their foot off the gas, but there is something in me, maybe because I picked them in my Survivor League and I need them to win, but there could be, I don't know. I'm just a little nervous about this game, and it seems ridiculous.
There's a bunch of favorable matchups for the Pats going forward to the end of the season that I like. And there's going to be a week where they're going to have that hiccup and you're going to say, I can't believe they lost to whether it's Cleveland next week or even Tennessee. I don't think it's going to be this week.
Okay.
And I'm hoping, obviously, you want to get as many W's as you can right now. Cam Ward, the number 1 pick.
Get fat.
Okay. Yeah. This is where you got to get it done. Obviously, Mike Vrabel going back to face his old team. Another question I'm going to ask to you. Is this just a football game for Mike Vrabel, or is there something else going on here?
To him.
Well, yeah, I don't think he wants to win 9-7. I'm thinking he's saying, and obviously, I don't think he needs to take it personal, Jess, because, the proof is in the pudding here. You're looking at Tennessee. They're going to be playing under Mike McCoy, the interim head coach right now, because they fired Brian Callahan after he was 4-19 in a season plus, taking over after Vrabel left. So it's not like
Vrabel didn't even have a bad record, by the way.
It went sour quick. That last year was kind of and then they just kind of they gave up, and there was some internal stuff behind the scenes, and it just got out of whack. But obviously they didn't get it right with Brian Callahan. Mike McCoy actually was the head coach of this when they were San Diego Chargers from 2000, I believe, 15. I think from 13 to 16, he was 27-37. So he's got a little pedigree. Didn't do a great job, but he knows football. So obviously, and I worry about those games. You saw the Raiders a couple of years ago. They fired Josh McDaniels,
and
of course, Antonio Pierce comes in and they won the first 2. If you don't have the horses, you don't have the horses. I think the Patriots have enough here. They're gonna have to run the football, establish that running game, and then open up things for Drake May to do his thing. Calvin Ridley on the other side for Tennessee hasn't practiced all week. He may not play in this game. So if Ridley doesn't play, their biggest weapon is Tony Pollard, the running back that the Patriots have been linked to. He used to play for Dallas a few years ago. So he's really their best player, and he hasn't had a great season. They're not running the football that well. Their interior line, their front line is not that good. The Pats should be able to run the football. They gotta stick to the course. You can't just give up. You got to at least show it. You can't throw every down. I don't want May throwing it 45 times.
Oh, speaking of May, we have a little bit of clip from him.
He might be a full year ahead of schedule. I didn't think we would be having conversations the way Devin McCourty and Matthew Berry on Sunday Night Football had last night, where we're talking about Drake May and Jaden Daniels and who you'd rather have. I said maybe by the end of year 3, the Patriots would look at it and they would feel better about the fact that they got the guy that they got. I didn't think it would be a month and a half into year 2.
I hope it's not a jinx, but he does look, the people are talking about MVP.
Now, that's a little bit of a reach right now. I'd say if the season ended today and it doesn't, you've played a third of the season. Baker Mayfield out in Tampa Bay, they're 5-1. Your team has to be relevant. They have to be at least a playoff team to be considered an MVP candidate. Is May in the top 10 in the conversation? Definitely. Yeah. See a top 10 quarterback in the NFL right now. If you want to be nitpicky and say, well, Burrow's not playing right now, stuff like that. Who's hurt? Who's not in there? I'd say he's in top 10, 15. He's
Yeah.
definitely in the discussion. That was a great first half. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions versus New Orleans. But this should be a game that they should win going away. Just Tennessee's only scoring like not a little less than 14 points a game. They're giving up almost 27. So there's a big disparity there. 265 yards of offense, but they're giving up almost 350. So this is a team that's not getting it done on either side of the ball.
We like that.
I mean, come on. This is, they give up 133 on the ground. So, like I said, I'm going to stick to the course here. Everyone wants to see May throw it all over the field. I want to see them pound the football, and I would like to see more of Henderson. He's a little bit of a tentative runner so far. Also, they got to get it together. I like the Pats in this game.
Very good. And I do believe that the Patriots will have a lot of support there. A lot of Patriots fans end up going to those Tennessee games because it's so fun over there and the weather's great. So I think the stadium will probably be more Patriots fans than the Tennessee.
No, you're right. And it's ironic that you mentioned I'm doing this show right now, but I'm actually in Arizona also. But back when we used to do the Florida trip, I remember it was 2016 because I was on the plane. I remember the Cubs were playing the Indians in the World Series. So it was 2016. And I remember
were they the Indians or were they the
Guardians?
Were
the Indians, so I can say it.
All
they
right,
were the
very
Indians.
good.
So,
just checking.
and I remember PV was trying to like bully me into going from the airport in Florida, coming back, and then taking a plane to Tennessee to meet him.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Because the Pats were in Tennessee.
I would have went.
And I said, Paul, at some point you got to say, no, I can't do everything. At that point, I still had family stuff going on. I said, I want to go home. It's like in Hall Pass when he goes, I want to go home. I miss my family. I want to go home. I want to go home. And in hindsight, I remember like that game, Vrabel was the coach there. I believe that was 16. He probably wasn't even there yet. But the Pats got spanked in that game big. So I was actually glad after when I saw
they would have won if you went.
I got off the plane, got home, got settled in, and they were getting smoked. So I agree with you though. They do travel. So those that's a great trip too. You go to Tennessee, so you'll see a lot of Pats fans. And Cam Ward's could be running for his life, 55% completion percentage so far. He's only got 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. A lot of talent there, but I think that Vrabel and that Patriot defense is going to throw a lot of different looks at him. And of course, when we talk about those looks, it comes from Zach Kua now. And everybody's saying, who's Zach Kua?
Yeah, you sounded like he was saying another word.
It's tough to say his name because it's
well, as long as you're not swearing.
It's Kuhr, okay? And he right now, it doesn't matter how you spell it, how you pronounce it. He is the defensive coordinator calling the plays on defense as, of course, Terrence Williams comes, hopefully comes back eventually from his illness, from his, whatever it is. I don't think you're going to see him this year. So, yeah. Sucks, but the Pats, they truck forward, and I know you're a little concerned, and you're concerned about any game that they play. If they win, you'll be concerned next week against Cleveland. Every game's going to be.
I'm more concerned about Cleveland. Defense, their defense.
Yeah, so I like the Pats in this one.
Very good. All right, so we're going to go through week 7. I can't believe it's week 7 already, but we're going to thank our sponsors. Sarah here. We'll be right back.
790 The Score, your best bet for sports.
The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. 10,000 skilled craftsmen and women. Together with our contractors, we spend approximately $6 million per year training our membership in state-of-the-art construction technologies to ensure a stable, safe, and productive workforce, delivering projects on time and on or under budget with the finest craftsmanship in the industry. The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. We build Rhode Island.
Celebrating 25 years, Build RI members have been directly involved in constructing over 110 local, all-union, large-scale commercial construction projects worth more than $10 billion, promoting local economic development initiatives in order to create business opportunities for local businesses and work opportunities for local skilled craftsmen and women in a competitive environment that is level and fair. With career opportunities developed through apprenticeship training programs, the focus is geared towards making their craftsmen and women the most highly skilled in the construction industry. To find out more, visit buildri.org. No one wants to be involved in an accident, but if there is an occurrence, the best place to take your vehicle is Northeast Auto Body in Johnston. They have a state-of-the-art collision and service center complete with the latest in mechanical and collision repair. But they're a business that handles more than just body work. They provide services such as vehicle inspections, mechanical work, rentals, paintless dent removal, 24-hour towing, and more. Northeast Auto Body, serving New England for over 20 years. Get it done right the first time. Northeast Auto Body, 775 Hartford Ave in Johnston, and at neautobody.com. All right, let's look at week 7. We obviously have to talk about Thursday night's game. I went to bed thinking, you know what? Cincinnati is going to win this game. I didn't feel it from Pittsburgh. Too many stupid mistakes. And in the end, Pittsburgh was favored by Cincinnati was favored by 5.5. And Cincinnati ended up winning at home. Joe Flacco, 40 years old, looked better than Aaron Rodgers.
81, the combined age of the two quarterbacks.
Wow.
40 and 41.
I gotta tell you, Aaron Rodgers is not looking good.
Say it all you want. He lit it up last night.
Did you watch the first half?
No.
Okay.
Did you watch the second half?
No.
Okay.
All right.
So obviously, the tale of two games. Obviously, Joe Flacco. I mean, no matter where he goes, and I mentioned this to you in our little production meeting that I saw a press conference last week with Mike Tomlin. He wasn't too happy about Cleveland's general manager deciding to trade Joe Flacco into the division when he has two games coming up with them in the span of like 4 weeks. But hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. You know, I don't think Cleveland's worried about what Pittsburgh's situation is. They're doing the best they can. If they could get anything for Flacco at that point, they're a team that's in transition once again. They're like the Jets. They've been rebuilding for 50 years.
Well,
but,
I mean, Tomlin, stop being a little baby about it, because obviously you were concerned because you lost.
But I saw some real maturity here late in the game from Cincinnati. Obviously, Flacco's 100, so there's maturity there. But when I saw
his kids are playing now.
When I mentioned that throw to T. Higgins down the sideline, and Higgins was smart enough to go into the baseball slide around the 13-yard line, and then Flacco took 3 knees, and then McPherson, who's a good kicker, bangs the field goal with less than 10 seconds to go. Rodgers with a failed Hail Mary attempt, and he's the best at that, but threw it 65 in the air. And of course, how about super Jamar Chase? 16 catches, 161 yards, and a touchdown. He's special. And now all of a sudden, that Burrow's out probably almost for the season. They're done. Maybe not. Flacco's there. They're 3-4.
Yep.
They got the Jets coming up next week. Hey, 4-4. That's why you said
he used to play for the Jets too, didn't he? Flacco?
Yeah. Right,
I mean, 32 teams.
Who didn't he play for? He's played for like one whole division almost, the whole division except for Pittsburgh.
So he played for the Browns last year.
So obviously, came up with Baltimore, many great years there.
Yes.
Super Bowl had the run.
Winner,
Then after that, it was Jets.
Then Browns?
Yeah, Browns were just the most recent team. There was another team in there. Was he with the Colts too?
Oh, he might have been with the Colts. But what team was he playing for that they had a great season and they looked like crap in the playoffs? Was it Browns?
No, because did the Browns even make the playoffs? Yeah, it might have been the Browns. Yeah, with Stefanski was now on the hot seat.
So my point is a long way of getting to the point. If Joe Burrow doesn't play for the rest of the season, even though having Joe Flacco there, I feel like season's long, he's old, and they're not going to make it.
But technically, hasn't he played other than Pittsburgh? That division, he's played for the entire division. I'm just saying he's played, and he's at the Jets. And listen, Flacco. We always say he's on a banana peel, but 342 yards, 3 touchdowns, and of course a well-needed win for Cincinnati. And if you start looking at our Patriots, you start looking at games like that because you start thinking about those wild cards when the smoke clears, and those that now they're back and they're relevant in the hunt with a bunch of other teams. So it's going to be fun, though.
That's a big win, too.
Yes, it's a huge win in the division. And Cincinnati saying, all right, if Flacco can hold the fort here and win some football games, even keep us around 500. If we get Burrow back in 3 months, then who knows? We'll see what happens there.
All right. So let's get into today's games. The Rams taking on Jacksonville at Jacksonville. They're getting 3 at home. Oh, actually, no, that's a lie. They're playing right now. I can't. Every
week.
Games,
I know it's not your fault. It's tough.
Every week.
You got 2 on Monday night. You got a game in London.
I know. All right.
Who stays in London for 2 weeks?
I don't know. The game? There's still plenty of game left. Yeah. I just don't like Jacksonville because all I can see is Carmella and Furio.
All right, you can't get past that.
No, so I'm going Rams.
Well, the Rams, obviously it's a neutral site here, so I'm going Rams with you, even though Puka Nacua is out in this game with an ankle injury. And I know he gets hurt a lot, but he is out, and that's why he says he doesn't want to play longer than 28. So I'm going to take the Rams with Stafford in this one. Jacksonville disappointed me. I picked them last week, and they let me down. I thought they had something going with Cohen, but I'm taking the Rams.
All right, we got New Orleans at Chicago, 2 crap teams. Chicago's giving New Orleans 4.5. I'm going New Orleans. Like I said, they're not a bad team.
All right, and I'm going to ask my partner to and you have the right to your own opinion. I think you might want to take that statement back about crap teams because we just established that New Orleans is a decent 1-5 team.
Right.
You saw the fight. And how about those Bears? They're not too bad.
No, they're not.
Caleb Williams, the new coach, Ben Johnson coming over. There's something going on there, Jess. They beat Washington the other night. I know Daniels coughed it up late.
Yes.
But I'm starting to like what the Bears are doing. I'm really liking the Bears. Unfortunately, they're in that division that's all bottled up with Minnesota, Green Bay, and Detroit. It's going to be tough for them to get a wild card. But in this one, I'm going with the Bears at home in this one.
All right, very good. We have Miami at Cleveland. Cleveland giving Miami 2.5. Talk about Miami. What in the world is What's
All right,
happened to them?
let's see.
They started so hot
Yeah.
last week, and then I'm like, how did they just lose?
Well, first of all, they cut in during the Patriots game to show like Tua throw a touchdown with like 40 seconds left. So, all right, so they're finally going to get off the schneid. And then you see the final score. They mushed it with like 40 seconds left, and let the other team drive all the way down and get a huge win. This is two coaches right here, McDaniel and Stefanski. It's hot seat city. And as far as the organizations right now, they're thinking about the draft choice. Don't let them lie to you. I picked Cleveland in this game basically because they're at home. It's coin flip city.
Yeah. All right. Very good. We have Vegas at Kansas City. Kansas City giving them 11.5. I'm going Vegas with the spread, going Kansas City straight up. I just think Crosby is going to give Mahomes some problems.
Yeah, and I agree. When the smoke clears, Kansas City wins this game. It may be a little closer than people think. Kelsey's still kind of getting it done. Just had the birthday last week. I think Mahomes he's gonna stay in this thing. He's not gonna have you're not looking at those 14-3 seasons.
No.
I think that's gone for that team until they revamp it. But for now, they strike me as a team that might get in at 10-7, 11-6, just enough to get in and let him do his thing.
All right, we got Philly at Minnesota. Minnesota getting 1.5 at home. Philly, did they lose last week?
They most certainly did lose. They're kind of in that little funk, Jess. I know they won the Super Bowl last year. 2 years ago, you remember they started out like 10-1 and then lost their way and looked like a team that didn't want to play with each other.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown complains when they win. He complains when they lose. I don't understand how he's still in a Philly uniform. Minnesota, J.J. McCarthy's on his way back, but it looks like Carson Wentz, even though it's his left shoulder, he looks like he's still going to play in this game. Either way, I am going to go with Minnesota at home this one. I think Philly loses a third straight.
Really?
I do.
Oh, I'm going Philly on this one. All right, very good. We have Carolina at the Jets. The Jets getting 1.5 at home. I don't know. Every week I think, all right, this is going to be the Jets week. They have so much talent. They're going to come back. And every week I'm like, who are you playing for? Like, well, I don't get it. And Carolina is what, 3-3, right?
I was just about to tell you, outside of the Patriots right now, I would call that, and I haven't looked at all the other teams. That's one of the 3-3 is one of the better stories. And I don't think until you saw the standings, you even realized that they were 3-3 after the Pats throttled them 2 weeks ago.
I know.
So that makes the Patriots look even a little bit better there. But Bryce Young's playing pretty well. They beat Dallas, didn't they?
Yes.
Which doesn't say much because Dallas can't stop anybody. But I'm actually going to say the Jets they haven't even been in some of these games. Everyone's saying, it's Aaron Glenn. Where's the culture? Where's the hope there? I got to figure they're not going to go 0-17. I know Carolina's coming off a nice win at 3-3, and I'm rooting for Carolina, but I think the Jets get there first.
Wow. All right. Very good. We have the Giants at Denver. Denver giving them 7. Denver's going to have to lose at some point, I think. I just don't think they're going to lose at home. So I'm going with Denver, but I think it's going to be, I'll go with the Jets with the spread.
Okay.
Giants with the spread.
Giants. Okay. So in this one, obviously, Ron from PJ's is hopping on a plane. He's in Denver. His twin brother lives out there, so he's at the game.
He has a twin brother?
Yeah. So there's another Tarver, unfortunately. But
is his name Don?
But in this one, Jess, I got to be honest with you. I tell you every week, my new thing is I'm coming hard at you with an upset, and I'm going Giants in this game to win on the road. Yeah, everybody's feeling it. I just feel like, and there's rumors right now. Giants fans were telling me the other day they're looking at Jalen Waddle from Miami to add a wide receiver since Neighbors went down. It looks like Dot's the guy. Scatterbo's running the ball. Scatterboo. Giants are 2-4, but starting to feel good about themselves. And I hate to admit it, I think I'm more rooting for the Giants here. It kills me to say that because it's a New York team. Because Denver, as I told you a few minutes ago, you're going to start looking at those teams that are going to be bottled up with the Pats when you start talking wild card.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going Giants in this one with an upset.
Very good. We have Indy at the Chargers. Chargers giving them 1.5. I do believe the Danny Dimes train the luck will run out at some point. Yeah. I know you love, this is not the Harbaugh you love though.
Yes.
Oh, this is the one?
Yeah, Jim's the one I love, and I haven't been loving them though lately. I haven't, Jess.
No,
I don't like the way they're playing. I'm taking them in this game. I love what Indianapolis is doing. I love the season they're having.
Yeah.
Kwity Paye from Hendricken's been playing great
huge
too.
Week.
Yeah, his stats are pretty good. He's going to get another big contract, but I'm taking the Chargers at home in this one, despite some of the injuries in the running game. Najee Harris is out for the season, but Herbert, who's I still like the Chargers.
Yeah, I used to like his girlfriend. All right, so we have Washington at Dallas.
Shit.
Dallas getting 1.5 at home. I hate them right now, and I don't care. Like if I was a Cowboys fan, I'd be so livid right now because they have talent. They just suck. They can't do anything. So I'm going Washington.
I mean, they just can't get out of their own way, Jess. And we've seen a few years ago when they lost like almost every game at home one year. So I can't say, they're back home for some home cooking. They don't really have a home field advantage. I mean, I circled Dallas here. I'm going to defer to you. I still like Washington. Daniels maybe like a hair off this year. That
Yeah.
team may take a little step backwards, but I don't know. Dallas just can't stop anybody. I'm gonna roll with your pick. Just go with it. It's terrible.
All right, we got Green Bay at Arizona. Arizona at home getting 6.5. Kyler Murray, I think, is out with a foot injury. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm tired of watching him pout. I'm all set with it. Get it together. I'm going Green Bay on the road here. Jordan Love's going to start getting hot. They need to start winning some football games.
But it was Jacoby Brissett that's been starting for
he threw
the
for over
Cardinals.
3 beans. That game was close.
It was close.
So, he might give them a better chance to win
Yeah,
right now.
I think I may take Arizona with the spread because they're at home. All right, we got Atlanta at San Fran. Brock Purdy was practicing this week. I don't know if he's starting the game today, but San Fran giving Atlanta 1.5. I think that's
Well, obviously, this is why you play the football games. I don't think anybody saw Atlanta beating Buffalo on Monday night.
True.
So obviously, you play it out. And for San Francisco, you're talking about Purdy, practicing maybe to see what's going on. I'm going to say it's going to be another week of Mac Jones.
Yeah.
But he did get a weapon back, whether it's Jones or Purdy. They get the great George Kittle back in this game. He comes back after missing, pretty much the entire season so far. I'm going to take San Fran at home in this one.
all right. I'll go with you on that one. And then for tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, Tampa Bay at Detroit. Detroit giving them 5.5. I'm going Tampa Bay with the spread. I don't think they're going to win with Detroit being at home.
I think that's a great assessment. I'm with you. I'm going to take Detroit, and I think it's going to be a close game.
All right. And then we got Houston at Seattle. Seattle at home giving them 3 points. Houston, I'm just not into this season.
No.
I don't know why. I'm going Seattle.
Now, I agree with you, but didn't they wax Baltimore, who I know has been terrible?
Yeah.
I know, but Baltimore's got nothing going right now. And I'm going to stick with Sam Darnold. He disappointed me in that Mayfield game, lost by 3, but I think they get it back going, running the ball. And, they think the kid with 3 names, the wide receivers, had a nice
Can't
year.
fit in on the
He's had a
uniform.
nice year so far. The wide receiver and Kenneth Walker can run the football, and I kind of like their defense. I'll take the Seahawks in that one.
All right. Very good. And those are our picks of the week. Now let's get to, yes.
No, I just wanted to say one thing because they're on a bye this week, Jess.
Yeah.
But I did a little bit of homework on Buffalo, or I saw a stat that I just thought was eye-popping.
Okay. I like that you raised your hand.
Well,
We're on
because
YouTube.
I knew you were moving on, but now even though they're on a bye, you start to wonder. Like the Pats are kind of coming hard a little bit. Both teams are 4-2. They lost to New England, and then after when they lost to Atlanta the other night, I went back and saw the teams that they've beaten so far this year, a combined record of 3-21.
Oh my goodness.
So really quick, Jess, this is who they've beaten so far: New Orleans, the Jets, Miami, and Baltimore, combined 3-21. So you start to wonder what's going on in Buffalo. My opinion, they're going to get it together. I'm not a McDermott fan. I think I'm not saying they're going to make a move. I say when the smoke clears, Buffalo will get it together. I believe their schedule is not as soft as New England's, but it's not that difficult. I still say that they'll win that division. It's going to be, the Pats might give them a run for their money, but something to look at going forward.
All right. Very good. Nice research on that. Let's get to Godson's games of the week.
Let's go! Football! Godsons, games of the week.
All right, so he actually had 3 this week, but 1 was on Thursday. So he did go with Cincinnati if you want to take that for his word.
We'll give it to him.
Yep, and so then he's going with Jacksonville at home, taking on the Rams. Well, not at home, technically in London. Jacksonville +3 going on right now. And then he's also going with the Jets at home, getting 1.5. So he's going Jacksonville playing right now, and he's going the Jets at home getting 1.5. You didn't you say that?
I did.
You said,
even though I said the Jets, that doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
I just feel like with him, it's like he always seems to throw that one bad team in there, and I just never want to rely on a bad team to get me cheddar. But we'll see how it all plays out.
yeah, because he's thinking this, they can't be 0-7.
Yeah, and he's probably been saying that for 3 weeks. They can't be 0-4. They can't be 0-5.
Well, he's a Miami fan, so then we can see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, those are Godson's games of the week. Do you want to go right into MLB action? Okay. We got the Dodgers winning the World Series. Am I a little too? That Godson is a Dodgers fan. I guess I should have just bet at the beginning of the year. It's going to be the Dodgers winning this
And
thing.
everybody, me, I was like Brewers only because obviously, the story, Bob Uecker passed away last year, the iconic broadcaster. Let's win it for Bob. They just don't have enough. They're not built for October. I've said that about the Brewers. And as we sit here and do the show, they're on life support. I'm loving what the Dodgers are doing. And it looks like they kind of just toyed around all year.
Yeah.
Did their thing. Ohtani hit 55 bombs. Okay. Mookie played short. He's Mookie's numbers were down a little this year, but the bottom line is they got the pitching lined up and healthy now. Blake Snell, a guy I wouldn't have touched in free agency. He's been hurt all year. He was lights out. He threw an 8-inning one-hitter a week ago. They got it lined up with Glasnow. You've got, Kershaw's out of the bullpen. He's not even going to sniff it. I just want to see him just, drift into the sunset. This Dodger team coming into the series with the Brewers, winners of 16 out of 20 in the postseason. They got the kid Sasaki at the back of the bullpen throwing 101 with a split. It's going to be really tough to beat the Dodgers. Obviously the American League's a little bit different. We're going to get into that, but I love the Dodgers out west for sure.
Yeah, and I do like their logo. If there is a number one logo, it'd be Yankees, and then
Shit,
Dodgers
still
would
on
be
logos. All right. Well,
Yeah.
as I shift over to the American League, I think you've told me on multiple times that you do not like the Toronto Blue Jays logo.
No, it's weak and it's
so I would
stupid.
assume you're rooting for Seattle.
Yes.
And I told you before, I was looking for a team, hopefully, that had never won a World Series before.
Yes.
So the Brewers would be one team,
Yep.
but they got there in 82 with Paul Molitor, Robin Yount, and lost to the Cardinals. I'm looking at Seattle. They're the only team left that has, not only have they not won a World Series, they've never been to a World Series.
Oh, wow.
So obviously a week ago, I had a customer at the bar. I think it was,
Ken Griffey Jr. never went?
no, they never made it.
Oh, wow.
They beat the Yankees in that wild card in 95, but
But then
didn't
he
get
didn't go.
there. And they were gonna move the team at one point. So this would be for all those guys, the
Yeah.
Griffies, the Jay Buhners, the Mike Blowers, all the guys, Randy Johnson at that time,
I heard he had some trouble throwing over the plate.
Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
What, when he hit the bird?
No. I'm talking about
Oh.
it was one of the games, and he did the opening pitch or whatever like that.
Oh, like he
was
threw
in-
it, like,
yeah.
oh, he couldn't do it?
No, he did it, but it wasn't impressive, and
Oh,
he was in
wow.
front of the mound.
Oh, that's weak.
I don't know. Anyway, so go
All
ahead.
right,
He's
yeah,
like
so-
7 feet tall.
So anyways, I know someone at the bar the other night, it was two at the time when the guy asked me, a customer goes, so what do you think of Seattle? I'm like, well, I don't know. I kind of like them right now. They're up 2-0. So why wouldn't I like them? He goes, well, how do you feel about them all year? I said, love their pitching. Brian Woo's been out. He's coming back in this series a little bit late. They've got pitching. And then all of a sudden, and I'm looking at the pitching matchups for the week that just was. And I'm looking at Shane, don't call me Justin Bieber in game 3, a shell of what he used to be. And 71-year-old Max Scherzer in game 4. So I'm loving Seattle right now, maybe for brooms. Here we are. That's why I'm doing a show over here. And I'm not a scout because it's 2-2 right now. And Max Scherzer yelled at his manager when he came out to the mound Thursday night to say, I'm taking the ball from you. He goes, no, you're not. He's got this eye thing going on. He's got one blue eye, one brown eye.
That's
It's
nice.
a little different.
Well, that's
but
perfect.
yeah,
I think he was born with
but
that.
the bottom line is 5 2/3. I'm a big Scherzer guy. I keep saying Scherzer and Verlander need to go home.
Yeah.
That was maybe like his last grasp there. He pitched the victory for them, and now it's anybody's series. And I know you don't like the logo, but the parallel and the correlation with these two teams that are similar is that they both were expansion teams in MLB back in 1977. They came in together. So Seattle and Toronto came into the American League at the same time.
Mhm.
Obviously, Toronto did win back-to-back World Series championships in 92 and 93. Of course, Joe Carter hit the walk-off homer off Mitch Williams in 1993 in Game 6. But Seattle's still got something going on here. Still got a lot of length to this series. I think it goes 7. Great stuff, but I think it's going to be Dodgers and obviously one of those teams.
All right, very good. But we have other news locally. Bregman, so this is what I don't understand. So he did not opt for next year. How does this work?
The bottom line is how it works is I'm tired of these contracts where the guys can opt out after every year.
Yeah.
So basically they're 1-year contracts. Just forget about the fact they signed them 3 for 120,
Whatever, yeah.
which was 40 a pop. Where else are you going to get 40, by the way?
I don't know. Do you think he could get 40?
I think he's more valuable for what he brings to the locker room. I think the on the field play, I think he's a declining player at 32.
Then
to
why
be
would
honest
he
with you.
say? Why would he?
He can still opt out and obviously can just re-sign with Boston. He can still go back to Boston. Yeah, he still can.
I know that, but it's like, so just.
Judge tested free agent that year and then re-signed
Can you
with them.
imagine if this was a relationship and then be like, all right,
I'm
you're
going
gonna
to
be
test the free agent market. I'm coming back.
You'd be like, you know what? Let me stay with you for this
I've
year.
overplayed
We'll
my
see how
hand on that one before. All right. Anyways, but no, I'm tired of this whole like opt-out thing because it's like that's why I told you when they signed him, I'm like it's kind of only a 1-year deal. But my take is, see, that kind of screwed Jess a little bit because they did trade Devers.
Okay, yeah.
You can't trade Devers. It was great. It worked out, but you can't then let the guy who replaced him at the Hawk, you can't let him go too.
Right.
So now what you going to do? Marcelo Meyer at 3rd, or you go sign someone in free agency? What's the backup plan? But the numbers weren't great. He missed 50 games this year. He played, I think, 112, 113 games. And when he came back, he wasn't the same guy.
Right.
So now, an injury. He's had that quad injury more than once in his career. He's a winner. He's in the playoffs every year, and he got Boston. He's a valuable guy. So I want the player back. But I don't know how heartbroken I'm going to be if he doesn't come back. If someone's going to say he has 5 for 200, I'm all set with that. No shot. I would give him a 5-year deal.
Okay.
3 would be my clip. Now I gave him 3 last year, but it was in essence opt out. Tired of that now. You either want to be here or you don't. And he said it was an honor to put the uniform on. Then where you going?
That's what I don't get.
Because he wants more. If he's opting out of the last 2 years, he wants that ripped up and he wants like a longer term deal. And I can't fathom him getting any more annual money on that deal. 40. What do you give him? 50?
And how old is he? 36?
He'll be 32. He'll be 32. Well, still.
He's still a baby.
No, but at 32, declining. What do you have? 18 homers, 73 RBIs. I love the player. You know I love Bregman.
Yeah.
But there's a limit. I draw a line in the sand somewhere. And even though I might bite my nose to spite my face, if for that kind of cheddar, I might say no on that one. I don't know. I don't know. I'm open to it. I know he might leave, but where's he going? How many teams are going to empty the bank?
That's my other question. So that's my thought process of him saying no.
Yeah.
Well, although I guess he could say no and then just be like, I want more money and I want 5 years.
Yeah.
But
well, Detroit,
who else would want him?
Detroit was hot for him last year. They need a big name to make a splash. I'm not going.
But not with those numbers.
I'm not going to Detroit. Well, he's got AJ Hinch there, who's the manager, was his manager in Houston. So there's a connection there. I don't like that ballpark for him or for anybody. It's too big. The dimensions. I mean, you'd be a singles hitter there. So we'll see what happens. Is it maybe the Cubs? Cubs like to throw money around. They're not going to re-sign Kyle Tucker. He may end up in New York. So there's a lot of things that can happen. I don't love it, but I'm like, if he leaves. If he leaves, he leaves.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't get you a Bregman jersey or anything like that. I know.
Well, you asked me before the season started last year, and I said he's really may not be here long term. Number two, 35 signed a 6-year extension. Crochet's the guy if I were to do a jersey.
Yeah,
so
I know.
He's a horse. I do want to make a couple of notations. I'm not making excuses for the Yankees. I know they went down to Toronto. Vlad's been killing it, 5 homers in the postseason, but Rodon had a little bit of a little procedure done on his elbow. He might miss the beginning of the season. He was 18-9 last year. I thought he had a nice year with a 3 ERA. It wasn't great in the playoffs. And I know the guy that's been much maligned and gets a real bad rap. I know his numbers were down. Was Volpe did have he had a torn labrum. So he's going to have surgery. He won't be ready probably for the season. Also, they got Caballero, who probably,
well, you better watch out because
slot right in there.
Yeah, they may go in there too easily.
What I'm trying to say is, you look at this team and they're gonna make a lot of moves in the offseason. You're gonna see some, Cashman's gonna do some things, whether it's Cashman's there or Boone or whatever happens. You're gonna see a different Yankees team where they'll get Cole back. 35-year-old Garrett Cole, 34-year-old Aaron Judge when opening day comes next year. So, the window starts to close it kind of before you, and you wonder what you really got out of
this year, right?
Yeah, so he comes back.
I mean, he needs to play at least one game.
That rotation's loaded though, and if he comes back even in 90% Garrett Cole, that's a good team.
All right, very good. We're gonna thank our sponsors. We're gonna come back with a little NHL and NBA.
790 The Score, your best bet for sports.
Celebrating 25 years, Build RI members have been directly involved in constructing over 110 local, all-union, large-scale commercial construction projects worth more than $10 billion, promoting local economic development initiatives in order to create business opportunities for local businesses and work opportunities for local skilled craftsmen and women in a competitive environment that is level and fair. With career opportunities developed through apprenticeship training programs, the focus is geared towards making their craftsmen and women the most highly skilled in the construction industry. To find out more, visit buildri.org.
The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. 10,000 skilled craftsmen and women. Together with our contractors, we spend approximately $6 million per year training our membership in state-of-the-art construction technologies to ensure a stable, safe, and productive workforce, delivering projects on time and on or under budget with the finest craftsmanship in the industry. The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. We build Rhode Island.
No one wants to be involved in an accident, but if there is an occurrence, the best place to take your vehicle is Northeast Auto Body in Johnston. They have a state-of-the-art collision and service center complete with the latest in mechanical and collision repair. But they're a business that handles more than just body work. They provide services such as vehicle inspections, mechanical work, rentals, paintless dent removal, 24-hour towing, and more. Northeast Auto Body, serving New England for over 20 years. Get it done right the first time. Northeast Auto Body, 775 Hartford Ave, Johnston, and at neautobody.com.
All right, so hockey news. I mean, the Bruins did lose on, Thursday night? So, I mean, it's going to happen. It's a long season, but overall, pretty happy with their performance.
Yeah, they've had a couple of deficits, a couple of those games. Even on Columbus Day, they did lose a home tilt versus Tampa Bay. day game, but there was some fight in that game. They lost 4-3, but it was 4-1. They came back. Same thing versus Vegas on the road. Lost to old friend Bruce Cassidy. Swayman did give up 6. I didn't like that, but the Bruins look like they got some fight in them though. Obviously they won 3 of their first 4 to start the season. They're on a tough road trip right now, but if they can scrape a couple of W's and get back home, I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing. There's definitely they look different this year, and obviously new coach, new system. Pasternak looks like he's a little more committed to playing more of an all-around game than just being a goal scorer, and I'm starting to like seeing that. So I'm optimistic that the Bruins can at least be relevant for a playoff spot. Nothing at the top of the conference, but they're going to be okay.
I did get some requests for you to work on your impressions of via social media. So I don't know if you've worked on your
my Drago.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, old Shucksy over there, Abu Danza threw that. You threw it at me kind of off the cuff when you said it during the video. If he dies, he dies. I mean, it was quick. I'm usually pretty good off the cuff.
Well, listen, you got to work on it. The people want more.
No,
so
I won't.
Maybe next week after you come back from your big trip,
I'll give them more. Yeah. I'm better with Seinfeld than I am with Rocky.
We know. I can't play that for other legal reasons. All right, so let's talk quickly because our Celtics, they're going to be back. The season starts on Wednesday. Jaylen Brown already have a little bit of a hammy injury. He left the preseason game. I'm a little early.
Yeah.
My thing is not great because he's obviously the number one key factor for the Celtics right now. Do you think Mazzulla, I don't know what he's doing, but do you think Mazzulla ran them too hard, like for preseason? Because
yeah, I heard the clip this week as Jaylen Brown because he goes, I'm not complaining. He goes, but all we've done is run. I'm not complaining because we need it. We need to be in shape, but I'm already seeing something. I'm not going to blame Joe if Jaylen's out for an extended period of time, but they can't afford to lose him for an extended. The roster's not very good.
No, Peyton Pritchard.
So anybody who's,
he's better off the bench.
You know how I feel about that one, and thank you. That's how I feel about that one. I'm looking at this starting 5 right now. Off the top, it's. I'm not sure if this is what it's going to be opening night on Wednesday, but Pritchard at the point, White at the 2 at 33 the other night.
Yeah, very nice.
JB if he's healthy, and then after that, I mean, you're 4 and 5 spots. I mean, Quater in the middle, I guess. Quater, and Chris Boucher, not Bobby Boucher from the Water Boy. No, if you ever wait till you see this guy, he wears number 99 and he weighs like 99 pounds, but he can shoot the threes. Athletic, came over from Toronto, got a ring with the Raptors in 2019. Former swingman at Oregon a few years back. Okay. Boucher's 32 years old, a veteran. He's not a bad player, but I like the kid Anthony Simons off the bench. He's got a little bit of Dame Lillard in his game.
That's good.
He mentored under him in Portland, so he came over in that trade for Drew Holiday. So keep an eye on Simons. He's a guy that can light it up off the bench. And of course, I like Baylor Scheierman to take the next step this year. I've had some people around me that don't agree with me. I'm going to stick with Scheierman.
I think Scheierman's good, right? He loves to throw the ball up there. He doesn't care if he misses.
No, he's missed a lot since the summer league. He's been missing a lot. But
it's basketball. You have to score.
I vouch for this guy, and it's going to be like in Donnie Brasco. They're going to call me in when they call Sonny, and he takes the watch and the ring off. I mean, I may get clipped over this guy, but no, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what Joe does with his team. I mean, they're going to shoot more threes than twos like they did last year.
Well, I mean, if preseason has anything to do with it, they shot like 50 something of them, and they didn't hit many.
Joe got a little snarky with the media. They asked him about it. It's something I don't know.
That's shocking.
Love Johnson's own, but wow. Yeah. So basketball's back. I'm excited about the NBA season. I know they used to start hockey and basketball used to start around the same time. Now they're kind of like NHL starts a little early because they both play around 80 to 82 games.
We have just about 12 minutes left, but I do have a question. Do you think it's a benefit for Joe to have like the starting 5 that we really don't know what the starting 5 is? Do you think because he has enough pieces that it could mess up other teams, like he would just start this one on this game, not have the solid 5 like we did last year? Do you think that would benefit him at all?
Yeah, well, I hope it benefits anything that's going to give us an edge. I mean, like I said, pound for pound, the talent. I mean, I've dissected this roster. I'm not seeing it.
I know.
Okay, so obviously, I hope you're right. When you're looking for some type of advantage that Joe can. Joe's a thinker. Joe thinks the game. He knows the game, and
he plays
think that,
media.
Yeah. So 57-4 in that media game. I don't understand how they didn't mix the teams up. That was odd. But Joe's in his own.
He was making a statement.
Yeah, he made a point. He made a point. Okay.
Yeah, but like they don't play
You rock the media by 50.
Yeah,
what are we
like,
doing over
good
here?
for you. They're
I
all
didn't
like,
get that, but
Yeah.
okay. But no, listen, it's another season, and obviously, if the Celtics can keep it close this year, when I say close, sticking there for a playoff spot. There's no dominant team in the East, Jess. I look at a lot of these teams right now. Like I said, I've said it before. Halliburton's out for Milwaukee. Giannis is trying to carry Milwaukee. They bring in Miles Turner, but he left Indiana, so that makes Indiana a little weaker. There's guys getting moved all over the place. There's some injuries. You got injuries out west. There's a rumor that Cooper Flagg was playing some point guard, I guess, for Dallas. So
he's 6'10" point guard.
6'9", yeah. He's
what,
legit.
19 years old?
No, everyone said he's not 19 yet. I said, no, someone said, what did someone say? They go, he's not 20 yet. I said, he's not 19 yet.
Yeah.
Because when he got to Duke, he was 17. I think in December he turns 19. So
yeah, he's 18 to December 21st, 2006.
No, that's scary. So I can't wait to watch him play. I will be looking for Dallas games, and I won't buy a jersey, but that's a guy like I'm all over.
He's like your Caitlin Clark.
I'm big. Yeah, I'm big on Flag. So I'm just excited about NBA getting back into full force. That, like I said, that Eastern Conference is wide open. Knicks are going to be good again. Malcolm Brogdon, they signed him to a non-guaranteed contract. The former Celtics Sixth Man of the Year award winner. He abruptly retired the other day. His knees were shot.
Yeah.
He played 9 years. He was always hurt. Good.
And the elbow with us, right?
The elbow that year where he threw up the air ball against Miami. He couldn't reach the hoop. Malcolm Brogdon was a pretty good basketball player. He was a Rookie of the Year coming out of Virginia for a second-round pick for the Milwaukee Bucks. But Brogdon did some nice things, but the Knicks were hoping he could give him a little boost off the bench, but he's decided to call it quits.
Well, you know what? Now he can rest up and enjoy listening to Keeping Score.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do it. Let's get to birthdays. It is Sunday, October 19th. Who was born today?
The great Evander Holyfield.
Oh, wow. With half an ear.
Yeah, after Tyson munched on his lobe. How old do you think Holyfield is?
64.
63. Nice job. Obviously, world champ from 90 to 92, 44-10 with 29 KOs. And of course, the epic match against Tyson when Tyson couldn't fight anymore, so he went after his lobe.
He was just holding him.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw a name at you. I'm gonna guess that you don't know who this guy is, but he did play in college with your boy Michael Jordan, the great one.
Okay.
Brad Daugherty is 60. Okay, story behind Daugherty. Daugherty, speaking of, is sort of that, not as great as Cooper Flagg. Well, he was the number one pick in the draft. He did come to North Carolina. I remember in the fall of I think it was 1989. 1984. I'm sorry. He was 17 when he got to North Carolina. I remember he was young.
Yeah.
Senna came out of North Carolina, went to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The story here is back then in the NBA, you would draft. Centers don't come along that often. You would draft the guy if he was the number one pick and he was that good. He goes one.
Yeah.
The Celtics, I would always wonder if they had the number one pick that year in '86, would they have drafted Brad Daugherty? They drafted Len Bias, and he passed away 2 days after the draft from a cocaine overdose. So,
damn.
Yeah, but Brad Daugherty played with Michael Jordan in college and then went on to have a nice career. 5-time NBA All-Star, Cleveland Cavaliers, number one pick, as I said, in the '86 draft. And then did a weird thing. He went into broadcasting after his career with ESPN for NASCAR. A 7-foot center got into NASCAR. It was just odd, but he did some basketball analyst too. Brad Daugherty, great player. He is 60.
Okay.
Shifting over to the entertainment side, TV and movie actor John Lithgow.
Oh, nice.
Is
72.
80.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's 80 beans.
His,
Okay.
Third
Rock from the Sun. Dexter. 5-time Emmy Award winner, and he was in the movie This Is 40, which was pretty good. I think Paul Rudd and Leslie Mann.
Yes.
Yeah. And of course, he was in that movie that I made you and little Jess watch.
The bad guy.
All of a sudden, you guys were cinematographers all of a sudden. You said the footage was weak.
His hair was terrible.
He was bad.
Bright orange.
Oh, I forgot the name of that movie. I was really good with Denzel.
Yeah, one word. Collateral or something?
No, that's lame.
That's lame. I'm thinking of the movie that you told me to watch.
I can't remember.
Was it with an R?
Ricochet.
Yeah.
Because Denzel was a cop, then he became the lawyer. Solid.
Yeah,
I remember you guys mocking the footage.
Yeah, because it was only a quarter of the screen because it was 1978. Okay, go.
And earlier you were talking about how you liked old school, and then you mentioned Crashes and all these movies where they're clicky.
Yeah.
This guy, I think, has done better as far as directing and making movies, but he was pretty funny on screen also. Jon Favreau is
49.
Come on, Jess, 59.
Oh, sorry. Because you were doing the. I thought it was a 4, not a 5. Okay.
And of course,
I was cheating.
His first acting role was in one of my top 3 movies of all time. He was the tutor and student in Rudy.
Okay.
Okay, so he's in Rudy, where he's and he also played
Elf.
He's in Elf. Yep. He directed Elf, by the way. Swingers.
Yes,
Yep.
obviously.
He's-
That's money.
He's in an episode of Sopranos.
Yes.
And of course,
Friends.
and of course, he's also Eric the Clown in the Seinfeld episode, which I've asked Brendan Kirby about before, and he nailed it. He nailed it when we were
He
on the
did?
road show. He called, and that was John Favreau. He said,
Very nice.
I say Favreau. I thought it was Favreau. He
No,
goes,
it's-
it was John Favreau. He said.
Favreau.
Give it a
Yes.
little, you like my Kirby?
Yeah, that was very
impersonation?
nice.
It
I'm sure I'll
wasn't
send it
bad,
right
huh?
over. Send it right over to him.
Those are my
You
birthdays.
can be the stand-in.
Those are my birthdays for October 19th.
When Will can't show up or Brendan's busy, you're just gonna fill in for Brendan Kirby, and the whole show, the road show, will be all Seinfeld trivia.
And all
right.
off the air, too.
Yeah, seriously. And it won't be, no cameras will be on whatsoever. Our cameras are on, by the way, so make sure you watch us on YouTube, Keeping Score with Jess and Dean, and obviously we're on social media. We have 5 minutes
Oh,
left.
wow, 5 beans,
Yeah,
huh?
so do we want to talk about not Blue Bloods, it's
Boston
Blue.
Yeah, yeah.
So I did get a good question about that.
Yeah.
I was asked, is that being shot in Boston or is that an LA thing?
I still think it's shot in LA. I think they do some of the scenes in Boston also. They have like a kind of a mix because he's from there, so
Yeah.
that's his thing.
And he wants to go to the Celtics games.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of those promos, Donnie Wahlberg, of course, we're talking about.
So of course the questions that I've been getting from people is more of the like my mother. Oh, is Selleck going to be in it? Is this one going to be in it? I don't envision
I
that.
think it's all
I
Donnie.
think it's and you're not seeing a bunch of huge names in this.
No,
You know, like-
but it's a Friday night at 10 o'clock. They're really believing.
Well, they gave him the slot that Blue Bloods had.
Yeah.
So it's Friday at 10, and I wish him the best because I'm really hoping this one pans out. I need it. I need the Friday night after a long week. So obviously, if you look, I'm scraping for a name here, but Ernie Hudson's in it.
Yeah,
And
okay,
he's
from Ghostbusters.
Yeah, yes, Ernie.
Wait, what was his name in Ghostbusters? Oh, I can't
He
remember.
looks good. He's like 79. Ernie
Yeah.
Hudson. He
Yeah.
looks great.
He
But
does.
yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. They're saying something about one of his
Hand
sons.
that rocks the cradle. He was also in that
Oh,
movie.
he's like the autistic kind of like
Yeah.
off. Yes,
Yes, that movie was good. We watched
That
that,
was
on one of
really
our
good.
throwback movies.
How was the cinematography?
That was better than Ricochet. I can tell you that right now. Way better. The fashion was not good.
So I'm wondering what they'll do for like guest stars and stuff. I know they're saying something about one of his sons could be involved in it, but it sounded to me like because the two sons that were on the actual Blue Blood show for 14 years, where they were brothers in real life, the sons. So
Oh, okay.
and then one of them went away to college. Maybe he'll be the one on this time, and the one that stayed because they were trimming the fat on Blue Bloods. They were
Yeah, because they didn't
they
feel
were
like paying.
cost cutting. Yeah, so that's why.
That's everywhere. In
Clearly.
case you were wondering. We're supposed to have 2 other people on the show, but they were just like, we don't have money for producers.
But,
You guys got to put it together.
But like I said, I got other shows going, but I'm hoping this one pans out.
Yeah.
So
So
obviously-
would you go work your Friday shift and go home and watch it, or would
Yes.
you? So you
Yeah,
wouldn't go
so-
to PJ's?
Yeah, I go to PJ's, get my wrap or my whatever I eat, to come home, do a load of laundry, and pop it in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, too much class. Too much class. Well, maybe we shouldn't have
just
5
snorted.
minutes at the end of the show. Maybe we would.
56. We got it in there.
But
All
no,
right,
yeah,
okay.
so like when I get home, like on like I get home on a Wednesday, you got all the 3 Chicagos. Thursday, you got your 3 Law and Orders.
Oh, wait. Got it.
There you go.
Nice.
FBI was the FBI's. There were 3 on a Tuesday. They moved that to Monday now, so there's only 1 left. So I've got my FBI on Monday,
Yeah.
and then on Tuesday night you've got Doc on Fox, along with Murder in a Small
Dak
Town.
and Facts.
Yeah, Murder in a Small Town.
Okay.
So I told you that one's Kiefer's brother. Kiefer Sutherland's brother
Oh,
is the star
nice.
of that show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Keeper's too busy drinking and jumping on Christmas trees. I do have a question.
Yeah.
Would you consider watching High Potential on it's Tuesday nights on ABC, so you
Yeah.
don't have to use an app or anything. It's with Caitlin Olsen. She used to be on It's Always Sunny in Philly,
Yeah.
and she's pretty funny. So I don't know if you would. It's a crime type show, a detective work, and I feel like it's funny. So it's not exactly in your wheelhouse, but it is,
It's supernatural though. She's got powers. or
no
something.
power. She's super smart. That's it. She's
Oh,
not
all right.
supernatural.
Okay, because
no.
I was perusing the other night. It was on. She still looks pretty good. I got to
She
admit,
does.
she was Cheryl David's sister in Curb Your Enthusiasm. So Cheryl Hines'
Yep.
sister.
Yep.
So and then when Larry David and Cheryl got divorced, he went over to see the sister and they had a good time. So it was just funny. It was it's funny. I would have never, if you told me after seeing her in Curb that she'd be spun off and have her own show, I would have thought you were
She
like,
was actually on the Mick, which was a hilarious show. That was on Fox for a period of time. It's on Netflix now.
Yeah.
It's a half-hour comedy show of her sister going to jail, and she has to raise her sister's 3 spoiled kids because the sister is loaded and like all the stupidity.
Yeah.
So I think she's pretty funny. So I'm just saying, on a Tuesday night, I know you're busy sometimes, but like after that, maybe you want to put on High Potential 10 o'clock on ABC.
My night's usually clear around after 8. Usually, I'm busy from like 4:30.
Anyway, all this and more.
We pack it all in. I mean,
and that's the latest. You make use of your time.
Got my hair cut.
Yeah, you did. All this and more on our socials. Keeping Score with Jess and Dean will be back. Next week is a repeat show. So don't cry too much because Dean will be away. But we'll be back on the week of Halloween.
Okay.
And make sure you follow us on our socials. And Patriots pregame is up next. Have a safe trip.
Thank you.